guys, so I wanted to show you my favorite MAC and my favorite Morphe brushes. If you want to know what those brushes are, continue to watch. Hey guys, I am back. I wanted to do my video on my favorite MAC and Morphe brushes, and then I said, you know what? Why not have it be a talk through? I can show you exactly what I like, what I use it for. Yes, so first it's going to be brows. I did my brows off camera, but I actually filled them in and concealed them, but I'm going to conceal the bottom to show you my two favorite brushes. So those are the MAC 212 and the Morphe M224. So I love both of these brushes. They are amazing. So I am just going to show you exactly how they work. So I get some concealer from the back of my hand. This is so weird for me because I never do a talk through. Everything is always voiceover. So it's so weird. But let me do my brows. So whatever concealer I have left on my brush, I'll just like bring it down, because I'm going to be doing eyeshadow anyway, so you don't want to waste that concealer. So this is my favorite brush because you can do your brows, you can cut your crease, you can apply shadow, lipstick, everything with this brush. So now I'm going to move on to the 212 MAC side. Now I'm going to move on to, this is like a hidden gem. I need to get another one. When I went to Ulta, they only had one, and I need one for my kit. Oh my god, this brush is so good. But anyway, this is the Morphe 173. This is perfect for applying your base. So the base I'm going to be using today is the Makeup Revolution Concealer in C8. So my base is on. I think I want to zoom you in a little closer so I can talk about my eye brushes. So I zoomed you in. I'm going to be using the Saharan 2 by Juvia's Place. I'm also going to be using this new palette. This is my favorite palette right now. This is the ColourPop Fortune palette. It is so pretty and I love purple. So my first brush is going to be the Morphe E47. I'm going to start to place a chocolate brown from the Juvia's Place palette. The color is, so I'm going to begin to place that chocolate brown color in the crease with this Morphe 506 brush. Now I'm going to be taking a more 507. It's a little more pointier than the 506. And I'm going to be taking this color. It's called Fortune from the ColourPop Fortune palette. So I'm going to take a MAC, no product. I just want to blend the edges out. So I'm going to show you the 221. And I'm just going to use this to blend out the edges. But now I'm going to go in with the Morphe E18 and I'm going to just smoke out the corners. I'm going to be taking the color Strike It from the Fortune palette from ColourPop. So I'm going to take the Morphe 507 and the color Fortunate just to help me buff out the harsh line that I created with Strike It. Now I'm going to go back in with that same MAC 221 brush and just blend it out. Now it's time to cut the crease. I have several brushes that I can cut my crease with. Okay, so I can cut my crease with, this is Inglot, even though we're not doing an Inglot. I only have this one brush, just okay to include it. This is the Inglot 22T. I can cut my crease with the MAC 252S brush. I can cut my crease with the Morphe M224 brush. And I also can cut my crease with this brush. This is the MAC 243 brush. It is amazing for cutting your crease. But for the sake of the video, I'm going to cut my crease with the Morphe 224 on this side and the MAC 252S on this side. I don't know if you're getting like what I'm doing. This is like the Morphe and this is the MAC side, just to show you that they're both amazing brush brands, and that's why I love them. I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution concealer. I have the P. Louise base, so I'm going to be using this Makeup Revolution concealer. One down, one to go. This brush, I love this brush so much. Can you see how effortlessly I cut my crease? Can you see it? Okay, so we're going to move on. We're going to move on to the MAC 252. It's much larger. So let's see if bigger is always better. So right off the bat, this one will give you a higher cut crease, which is not a problem. I can go back in with the Morphe 224 and just make it a little higher, just so they match. So since I'm going for a more battle of the brush kind of thing, the 224 will give me a more smaller cut crease and the 252 will give me a bigger cut crease. So that's why I had to go back in and adjust this one. But I love both of the brushes nonetheless. I think I'm going to do a halo eye. Yeah, probably do a halo eye. I don't know, I just felt that. So yes, I'm going to move on to a different brush. Okay, so now I'm going to go back in with that brown color from Juvia's Place on this MAC 221 brush, and I'm going to color in the inner and outer corners of my cut crease. If you watch my haul video, I got some brushes in a 25-piece set and I broke it up between me and my kit. This is a brush that has no number on it. It's from that set, so I'm not going to mention it, but it is Morphe. No product, just want to blend out and make sure everything's seamless. I'm also going to keep going back with that 221 brush from MAC just to pack on the shadow on the outside. I'm about to say pigment. It's coming. It's coming. Not right now, but it's coming. I'm going to be taking a Morphe 573. I'm going to be using the Fortune palette from ColourPop, and it's going to be the color Mo Problems. I'm going to use this color just to blend in from the brow bone concealer to the actual shadow, just so it looks seamless. So this is a sample of the Patrick Starr pigment. This is like the pinky kind of goldy kind of color. There you go. Come on, Canon. I'm going to be packing that on the lid and seeing how it blends. I took a sample because I wanted to make sure that it was worthy of my coin. This is another brush that I love. This is the Crown C49. C49, right? C469. You can cut your crease with this, but I actually don't like to cut my crease with it. But it's good to apply pigments on your lid. Okay, Patrick, you took my weave, my wig, my leave out, my baby hairs. Yes, look at this pigment. It looks wet. You got that. I'm going to be using liquid liner. So since I'm going to skip that step, I'm going to still show you the brushes from MAC and from Morphe that I would use to do liner. So I have 2 MAC brushes and 1 Morphe brush to show you. So I have the MAC 266. I love this brush. This is the MAC 210. It is so thin. It will give you the sharpest line. But I'm not using her today. And now the Morphe M165. So I'm going to go in off camera and do my wing liner, and I'll be right back. I'm going to take my Makeup Revolution concealer. No, first I'm going to prime my skin. First I'm going to take my Makeup Revolution concealer C13. So I'm going to take the 212 by MAC, and I'm going to underscore my liner so they can really pop. And I popped on my contacts. You know how I do. I said something look off. No contacts. So I'm going to prime my face, and I'll be back to apply my foundation. Honestly, there's a lot of MAC brushes that I love to apply foundation, just not for me personally. So I think I'm going to show you those brushes. Yeah, it depends on the finish you want as well, because sometimes I want an airbrush. So I'm going to show you the brushes from MAC that I would use. And then I'll just show you my go-to foundation brush from Morphe, because that's the one I probably use anyway. I actually added some shadow jackpot to around the pigment. I just felt like it was just sitting there, like there was no blend. So this is a shimmery burgundy, so it's going to help that Patrick Starr palette, that Patrick Starr pigment blend. And then I'm just going to take it and go around it, just to allow it to live. So I'm going to take a smaller brush. I took the, no, matter of fact, I'm going to take this brush, the same 239 from MAC, but I'm going to flip it over so it has a clean side. And I'm just going to get some more of that pigment, and I'm going to pack it just in the center. So I'm just going to pack it in the center. And then I'm going to go over my liner. So I'm going to start on my face, so I'm going to zoom back out. So I'm back. I applied my primer. I used the Hourglass Veil Primer. It always makes my face look super white, but it goes well with the Huda Beauty foundation. So I wanted to come on and show you some of my favorite MAC foundation brushes. This is the MAC 159. I love this for foundation, concealer, primer, moisturizer, serum, everything. I love this brush. No, I would not use this one for concealer unless it's on the face, but not under the eyes. This is the MAC 128. It's double-sided. This side you would apply the foundation. This side you would apply powder. I love this brush a lot. I have this in my kit. I don't use this for myself. I don't know why I don't, because I love it that much. But I prefer it for clients. My favorite brush. This is my favorite brush. I was using this forever, and then I stopped. So this is the MAC 130. It's a dual fiber brush. Amazing. Airbrush feel. It's small. It's going to take you a little longer, but thank me later. This brush is amazing, amazing, amazing. It is the same kind of brush hair like this one, but this is the MAC 170. Amazing. It's like an airbrushed feel. It's super dense but soft. Love this brush. Now, if you wanted to apply foundation, you can use like the MAC 109. I don't think I have one of those, but it's one of those short, fluffy, dense kind of brushes. It's just super simple. You can use any brush to apply foundation, especially if it's fluffy. It'll give you an airbrush feel. These brushes will give you more control. This is the Morphe brush. About to say this is a MAC brush. No, it's not. It's a Morphe brush. This is the Morphe M444. Now onto the brush that I'll be using today. It's the MAC 439. It's amazing. I love this brush a lot. It is super dense and perfect. So yes, it's my favorite brush. So for foundation, I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty foundation mixed in with some of the L'Oreal Pro Match or Pro something. I think it's Pro Match. Yes. So I'll be back to show you the foundation. I always put it on the back of my hand. Let it get warmed up and apply it to the face. But this is amazing. I love this brush. So I'll be using, this is the L'Oreal True Match in Cappuccino N8. This fits me perfectly. And this is the Huda Beauty, and it's in Chocolate Mousse 450G. They are the same exact color, but this sucker is like cement. Like, girl, she gonna cover your past, your future if you let her. So I'm going to mix some of this in so it's more blendable for me. Okay, so now that that's on, I'm going to go to concealer. Honestly, I don't think I have a Morphe concealer brush for my face. I could double check, but most likely I'll be back to do concealer with a sponge. I'll be right back. So I'll give you the battle of the sponge. So I'll show you the Morphe sponge. It's super hard. She's like a brick. She's soft now because I ran her under some hot water after I used it the first time I washed it, and I just let it sit in hot water. I figured maybe it needed to be shocked into submission. So I'm going to show you my favorite sponges. This is my favorite sponge of all time. I just started using this. This is very firm, so I feel like I'm going to press the powder in under my eyes with this, but I'm going to blend out my concealer with this. Now the concealers I'll be using is the Huda Beauty concealer and the LA Girl Pro. So the LA Girl Pro concealer is in Warm Honey. The Huda Beauty concealer is in Peanut Butter. She's okay. I don't really like the tone, but what she does is really well. She really conceals. So I'm going to take a brush. This is the MAC 287. So this is a concealer brush. So I'll be using this for my concealer. The Huda Beauty applicator is not my favorite. I don't know, I don't like it to look dirty, so I'm gonna squeeze it onto the brush and apply it to my face. Then I'm gonna take the LA Girl Pro concealer right on top of that. I normally let my concealer sit, so I'm going to let it sit for a few minutes, and I'm going to wet this because this is not wet yet, and I'll be back to blend it out and to set. So now I'm going to blend it out. The sponge is so much better. I guess you have to really wash it, and I always put hot water on this sponge so it can be really, really soft. So now that that's done, I'm just going to take my banana powder and I'm going to take that sponge and I'm just going to press it into the skin, and then I'm going to go over it and let it sit and bake. I'm going to take Black Opal foundation stick in Suede Mocha. I'm going to take it on a Morphe E47 brush. This brush. So I'm going to dust off some of that powder. Well, I'm going to push it in. I'm going to push the banana powder into my nose, and I'm going to start to carve out. I'm going to push this in as well. Push, 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 push. Okay, so I'm going to take this skinny brush and I'm going to get some foundation. And I'm going to start to carve my nose. I don't know. I been doing makeup for so long, but I got a full kind of nose, and it's kind of hard to find the perfect shape for my nose, so I'm trying to figure it out. It's kind of hard to like do the left side. So I'm going to take a Morphe brush. It has no number, and it's just a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to blend that out a little bit. Okay, so I did that, and it's fine. I'm still learning how to contour my nose. So I'm just going to take a little more of that banana powder, and I'm going to set down the bridge of my nose. So I'm going to leave that alone. So I'm just going to take whatever's left and push it under my eye. So now that we have that, I'm going to set my face. So I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder in medium deep. I love this powder. So I'm going to take this Morphe brush. A lot of my Morphe brushes, they don't have numbers. So this is like super big, really big and fluffy. They have something like this on their site. So if I can, I will try to link this brush. I'm just going to get a little bit. Try not to use a lot of powder on my face because my face is normal. And in here I'm oily. So if I over powder my face, Lord, I'd be looking like a powdered donut. So I'm just going to powder my face a little bit. That was my dilemma. I felt like I needed my face to be matte, set. And then I'm like, wow, it looks so dry. Because you over powdered. So this is the Laura Mercier powder. It's in translucent medium deep. I showed this in my Mecca haul, 2018 Mecca haul. Collective haul, excuse me. Yeah, I uploaded it this past Sunday. So yeah, you can check it out and see what other goodies I got. So I'm going to be contouring using Showman's Bronzer from Morphe. This was in my 2018 collective haul as well, so don't forget to check out that video. I'm using it on a Morphe brush. These are all in the same set. So the one I used for my nose, the one I used for the powder, and now this one is to contour. They're all in the same set. It's the Elite Collection set, I believe. I think I said, yeah, Elite. Yes, it's an Elite 25-piece set. They no longer sell it, but they have all these brushes separate. So I'm going to be taking the E18, but this is a dupe for the E18. It's the same exact brush. So I'm going to be taking this MAC 188, MAC 188, and I'm going to be taking my Sephora Micro Smooth powder in the color Deep 56. So I'm going to be using this to sweep away the banana powder under my eyes. So now I'm going to be using the MAC Mineralized Charge Water. I have this in my kit. I took it from my kit. Ah, man, I got to figure out where they still have this. But this is a hydrating mist. Since I just used some powders on my face, I want to bring back some hydration. So I'm going to spray this and then I'll do my highlights. Okay, so my two favorite highlighting brushes are, it's the the Morphe M510. My other favorite highlighting and blush brush is the MAC 133, so I'm going to be using them both right now. I'm just going to refill my brows in with this MAC Spiked Shape and Shade Brow Tint, also in my haul. Damn, what was that for a second? I'm just going to fill my brows in really fast with this Shape and Shade Brow Tint from MAC. I had this in my haul, so don't forget to check it out. I hope you guys enjoyed my video on my favorite Morphe brushes and my favorite MAC brushes that I use to create this look. Until my next video, I'll see you guys later. Bye guys.